Hey everyone, so here is my first clay update and I'm so excited for this video honestly because I have not made a charm update in years. For those who have been following me since the OG days, I Eat Socks, or even my older little cycle videos know that I have not been sculpting. So I'm really glad to be back with making stuff. I had pushed out all these desk buddies in time for my event next week in Montreal, Otakuthon, and I pushed these out in 4 days, which is honestly a miracle, especially for those who know me, know that I take 1 to 3 days minimum for working on my clay sculptures, and I'm a total perfectionist, so my goal for these desk buddies really was to just push out something that was satisfactory and not at a perfectionist level, and I think I was able to accomplish that. So for the record, I'm not like super happy with how these came out, but I think they're not as bad as I thought they would be given the amount of effort I put in. So yeah, I'm excited to show you guys. I'm gonna start off with this because it's not a desk buddy and I made it a while ago actually. So this is my first ever keycap and I was inspired to start making keycaps because of Sukita Studio, because she basically sculpts keycaps for a living and hers are all so beautiful, so I really wanted to have a go at it. I think I could have done a lot better. The clay's a little bit thick. It does fit in a keyboard without getting stuck, but I think next time I can do a lot better. Another thing that I didn't sculpt the last 4 days is this Pikachu tart based off the remint, and I also glazed this with UV resin. They're pretty much all glazed with UV resin except for one of them, which I'll show you next. But yeah, this is how it came out. The last thing that I didn't make in the last 4 days is this little tamago sushi, and I made this a long time ago, but I just never I made it a long time ago but I never got the chance to make an update because I just didn't have enough things to show you guys, so I'm finally showcasing them now. Finally, moving on to the desk buddies, here is a Sakura themed Kaonashi one, and I sculpted this Kaonashi face a while ago. It's been sitting in my desk for the last year or so, so I finally put it to use, and I used a Sakura mold for the details. You'll see that I used molds throughout a lot of my desk buddies because I didn't want to spend too much time on them. I just like to add a little bit of extra detail and texture to the molded items after they pop out. Here is a flower themed Kaonashi, and the glaze for this one is slightly buckled a bit, you guys can see. UV resin does that sometimes. I don't like doing too thick of a layer, but if I do too thin it tends to do this. So it's harder to see in person honestly. I think just with the shine on it, you can kind of see it buckling, but here is how the figure looks. Here is a sweets themed Kaonashi, and this boy is thick because I used 2 layers of UV resin because the first layer buckled a lot more than the last one, so I covered it with another layer, and so he's nice and glossy, and there's a bunch of colorful biscuits on his head. Probably my favorite one is this Totoro. Maybe it's because he's textured. I really like textured clay things, and he just has a leaf and an acorn on his head, and I tried to make like for example the tail is flushed against his body rather than sticking out, so there's less chance of pieces breaking off. I really wanted these desk buddies to be nice and durable. Last Ghibli desk buddy is this Gigi from Kiki's Delivery Service. There's a baguette on his head, a red bow, and he's got his little tail, and then some biscuits on the side as well. I have this Dango Daikazoku desk buddy, and it's a Sakura themed one. This is the first Ditto I've ever sculpted in the 14 years I've been sculpting, and honestly he looks scuffed as hell, but I'm sure somebody will love him. This is a Sakura Kirby enjoying a dango, and this is based off the remint or my clay figure, And his facial features are a little thick because it's like one of the earlier ones that I made, so I wasn't sure how thick I was supposed to make them and if they would easily flake off or anything like that. But yeah, I think I could have made it thinner. Here is a desserts themed Kirby, and he's got a bunch of goodies on his head and some whipped cream and some more whipped cream on his face. Here is a pale pink Among Us with a bunch of flowers around her. Super sus. Here's Tokage from Sumiko Gurashi, enjoying a bunch of sweets and chocolate all over his face. He's got his little spikes in the back. Lastly, this penguin from Sumiko Gurashi, and I kind of gave her like a flower girl kind of vibe going on, and I tried making them the same size as Tokage. These were super fun to make, so honestly, if things go well at Otakuthon, I would love to make more of these. So if you guys have any suggestions on what characters or people, I'm not good at sculpting people actually, or things that you would like to see me make into desk buddies for future cons or events, please let me know in the comment section down below. But yeah, thank you guys for watching today, and I hope to see you guys again soon. Bye!